Let's tank Garothi Worldbreaker in Antorus on heroic and normal difficulty. Now this is the first fight in this raid instance, and it's a decent first fight. I wouldn't say it's amazing, but it's better than most. And it's pretty much a tank and spank with very little movement and a few soaks. Overall, there's probably three main mechanics as tanks we need to worry about. The first being Carnage. Now the boss will continuously smash at the ground when not engaged in melee combat, inflicting 900k fire damage to everyone every 1 second for 10 seconds. So basically you always want a tank in melee range of the boss, or the raid's going to take a hell of a lot of damage. The second ability we need to worry about as tanks is Fell Bombardment, and what the Fell Reaver is going to do, it's going to lock onto its current target, and then upon expiration, missiles bombard the target's location every 1 second for 5 seconds. This is going to inflict 6.5 million fire damage to enemies within 7 yards of impact, and it's also going to knock you back. So basically for this ability, as you'll see, is you're just going to run out of the raid and kite this around and then get straight back onto the boss. It's not too difficult of a mechanic. As soon as it's on you, just do a taunt swap, run out, do a big semicircle and get back to the boss. And the final ability you're going to really need to keep an eye out for is the Surging Fell. And what this is going to do is it's going to shoot a beam out of the boss. You just need to move out of it. If you don't, it's going to inflict 4.1 million fire damage. And that on top of the melee hits is probably going to either take you really low and panic your healers, who will be needing to do a lot of raid healing later on in the fight, or it's going to kill you. So just keep an eye out for it. It's got a long cast time and it's really obvious what it's going to happen. Now apart from them three abilities, the only other thing that may kill you, but we found if you use a minor cooldown that you find just to stay in, is called Eradication, and this happens after you kill one of the cannons. And what Eradication does is the boss will charge up and it's going to inflict 9.2 million physical damage and knocks back all targets within 60 yards. Damage decreases the further targets are from the point of impact. Now as it's physical damage, you can pretty much mitigate it with something like Iron Fur. However, I was getting into the habit of running out for, in case on Mythic you actually have to run out, as I like to practice my mechanics on heroic fights. But as you can see, the other druid happily stays in and just uses Iron Fur to stay alive. Just be aware of what the mechanic is, and when it comes, in case on Mythic you do actually have to run out, and be aware of it. Now they're the main general mechanics of the fight that are going to happen throughout. Now at 66% and 36% of the boss's health, the boss is going to lean over and show his two cannons. One's called the Decimator and one's called the Annihilator, and each of these cannons does an extra ability. The Decimator will hurl fell energy at random enemies, and upon expiring, the enemy decimation is bombarded with missiles, inflicting 3 million fire damage to enemies within 12 yards and 370k fire damage to everyone. The Annihilator will spawn little circles on the ground that need to be soaked. Everyone that isn't soaked is going to inflict 2 million fire damage. Now, as a raid, it's up to you which one you want to kill off first. If you kill it off, that ability is then removed from the fight, so you can either get rid of the Decimate or the Annihilate ability. However, the other one becomes empowered. Now personally, we chose to get rid of the swirls and the soaking and take the raid-wide damage. So at the 66% mark, we killed off the Annihilator, and at the 36% off, we killed the Decimator. Now with this strat, what's going to happen is you're going to have two stat points, as you can see in the video. We have a skull and a blue, and what you do, you have your raid stack on one marker and move side to side. Whenever the decimation comes out, you want to use cooldowns to help you heal up the raid. But apart from that, it's a pretty solid strat, and I recommend going with this strat. The cannons don't have a lot of health. However, the longer they stay up, the more raid-wide damage is going to go out. And if you don't kill him before the timer ends, the raid's going to wipe because he does an AoE pulse for 10 million damage. One final thing to note about this strat is you can get the Decimate happening on the raid and a Fell Bombardment going out at the same time. Just make sure you're ready for it and you pre-position and you use some kind of raw or speed boost just to get out. Anyway guys, that's pretty much it for this guide. Please like, comment and subscribe for more of my videos.